I've wanted to do the 3 marker challenge for quite a while now, so here we go. This is my attempt at it. So to do this, I took a bunch of my flex markers, which are like brush markers, threw them into a bowl, and then covered it with a t-shirt so that I could then put my hand through the sleeve of the t-shirt and pick those markers at complete random without knowing what it was that I was picking. Really low-tech way of doing it. So the first color that I picked out was a pink color. So I was like, okay, you know, kind of pastel-y, hope we're doing all right here. So I was hoping for something darker with the second marker, so I gave them a good rustle around. And I got a brown out, which is okay, not too bad, not too dark a brown, not too light. So third and last colour, don't know what I was hoping for in terms of colours at this stage, but I got a deep red, which actually, going with the pink, would work out okay. So the final 3 colours that I got were rose pink, saddle brown, and a vermilion, so like a dark red. So I had to figure out how to do something with these. And I decided to use one of my older sketches from the tail end of last year, where I did a picture of a sort of robot man. The one on the left, the blue one, is just a little doodle I was doing when I was drawing along with my daughter, and then I refined it in the one on the right hand side and made some little adjustments. So the first thing that I did was get it drawn out and then just go over all of the pencil lines with, I think this is a Copic multi-liner, so a black marker-proof fine liner. So all the lines are going to be pretty much the same kind of thickness, because I'd already decided I wanted to do the shadows and shading using the markers on this instead of filling in large areas with black marker pen or whatever, which I'd seen a few other people do and do very successfully, but wanted to try and use the colours absolutely as much as I possibly could. So after doing most of the lines and seeing that they were all the same thickness, I kind of thought that I needed to do some thicker lines. So I decided to do a basic overall thicker black outline around the robot and also underneath his jaw and chin to make his head sort of come forwards a little bit from his shoulders and his chest. After that, he was pretty much done and it was ready for me to start using the markers on. And I decided to just go with a simple pink as the lightest colour, vermilion red as my medium colour, and then brown as the darkest colour. And because I was laying them up on top of each other, the brown would probably be darker than it would if you were just putting the brown straight onto white paper. So here you can see me filling them in, doing several sections where I'm just trying to get the shadows right. I'm trying to do, because he's got a very, very shiny kind of metal kind of skin because he's a robot, I'm trying to do kind of a stylized reflection kind of effect, if you will. So all these curved kind of lines. I'm not trying to blend anything. I'm going for very, very stark colors so you can see very clearly the pink, the red, and the brown. When I originally decided to do the 3 marker challenge, I'd sort of got in my head that I was going to do Kylo Ren from the Star Wars movie, and I thought this would be really cool because I'll pick out stuff like greens and blues and pinks, and that will make Kylo Ren look really, really different, absolutely totally different to all the other drawings that people have done of him on YouTube. So of course when I picked out pink and red and brown, I was kind of thinking, well, Kylo Ren, you know, with a bit of, you know, black ink shading and stuff, is going to end up looking pretty much exactly the same as what he would do normally. So I thought that was a bit boring. So that's why I then started to flick through my sketchbook and decide to pick out one of the pictures that I'd done in my sketchbook maybe a while ago. I did look at a couple from a few years back as well, just to see if they would be kind of appropriate, because I wanted to do something that was fun and a bit pop arty and not something that was too serious. I probably got quite lucky in terms of picking out a red and a pink for reasons of, you know, going dark to light with the markers. It's a lot easier when you've got 2 shades of, you know, similar kind of colours. I'll probably do another 3 marker challenge in the future where hopefully I pick out 3 totally different markers that are a bit more tricky and maybe more difficult to work with as a result, trying to blend them and trying to show depth with them. And talking of depth, here you see me go in with the brown and do a double layer of brown on some of those darker areas, or the areas that I want to have darker shadows and shading on, such as the teeth and the shadows above the eyes. Looking at it now, I'm not quite sure what it was influenced by. I think there's a heavy amount of C3PO going on in there, but also I wanted to incorporate the kind of USB symbol into his face when I was doing the drawing. So the nose is like the triangle part of the USB, then you've got the circle on the left hand eye, and then it's a square I've turned into a diamond on the right hand eye, just to give a little bit more individuality, a bit more flavour. So once I got all the colours done, it was time to go in using a white pen, and it's a Pentel Uniball white gel pen. And I just decided that I would add the reflection effects and the light hitting the robot using this pen, and I'm really glad I did, because the white gel pen really gives it a lot of pop and it really bounces off the page especially for the shiny reflective bits that you need to do on these curved surfaces to make it look like it's metal. I wasn't too sure in the 3 marker challenge whether I could actually use a white gel pen for highlights afterwards, but I checked out a few of the other videos on YouTube and it looked like it was totally legit because loads of other people were using them to add little dots or little highlights in the hair and eyes and so on. So I thought, yeah, game on, I can use it, no bother. I'm actually quite happy with the way that it turned out as it reaches pretty much the end of the drawing. And I would definitely want to do a 3 marker challenge again. Whether I use proper markers next time or something different is something that you'll have to wait and see. I hope you like the finished piece. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of it, what you think I might ought to do as a future 3 marker challenge, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and check out some of my other videos.